Hi everyone, welcome back to my Taboo's voice channel. Today we are going to be talking about trusting your intuition. This is something that I too had to learn myself. It stems from your environment. Because if it is not something that is nourished, it's really hard for you to trust yourself. Trust that what you're feeling it's real. Because if your environment is similar to mine, where you're always constantly being told how to feel, how to react to whatever is happening around you, then when you became an adult, this is something that you had to break and figure out if what you're feeling it's real. And all I can remember is a situation of mine when I was a kid. A lot of things has happened since I was a kid to adulthood. There were so many evidence of me being spiritually connected, but nobody would talk about it. Like, when I say nobody would talk about it, I mean like, though my background, everyone is spiritual, but they do not talk about spiritual stuff. Like, it's not encouraged. And they leave it up to the shamans to do the spiritual work. They don't try to dab into it. And so when there happens to be an episode that maybe their child was to have, they would ask other people, but they would never communicate to the child like the true story of what's happening, because it's almost as if they felt like the child would not understand and would overthink. But the thing is that yes, that would happen, but when that talk becomes something normal to them, they become less and less scared of it. It's actually healthy to have these like real talks with your kids, and you can give it to them in increments, and eventually like their tolerance becomes higher. It's kind of interesting to think about spirituality as something that you have to give it an increment, but it is true because it is overwhelming. I remember when I've always been spiritual, but when I accepted my spiritual side, I was so eager to like dive in and for my guys to like feed me all this information. And now that I am where I am, I'm so glad that my guys did not do that, because it is so overwhelming. And the crazy thing is that I didn't realize that they were giving me information and downloads until very recently. I know this sounds silly, but the thing is that it happens so naturally that you don't even realize that you are so spiritually connected. And so this is a talk that my guides will love for me to have with you guys, because you guys are spiritually very, very connected, but maybe you guys are having a hard time trusting what you guys are feeling. And I can relate to you guys, because this is something that even I still continue to strengthen, and we will all continue to strengthen it. It is forever growing. And so I'll give you guys examples of like things that has happened in my life. Like a couple of years ago, I recently started making these beautiful masterpieces, okay? I did one for my grandma. She was the first one that I've ever communicated with that had passed on. And she had guided me to make her a beautiful piece. And at the moment, I didn't understand what was the reason for even creating it. I thought it was just something beautiful to send it off with her. But after making my fourth piece, I realized that no, these are masterpieces that they have created for their loved ones to experience them one last time, in the physically anyway, because when your loved one are passed on, they're always with you spiritually. They're never too far from you. And so with the last two beautiful people that I made masterpieces for, what they had me realize was that these are their creations, that they would a message that they would like to leave to their loved ones. And it was just the most beautiful experience. And the crazy thing is that I didn't comprehend that I was really talking to like energies that have passed on. It wasn't until truly a couple of weeks ago when I was like, because in my culture, these pieces, they would ask the souls that had passed away if they accept the gift before burning it and sending it off with that soul. And all those 4 pieces that I've made, all of them accepted the pieces. And it was such a blessing and a beautiful gift for me to create it with them, but to know that they accepted too, it feels amazing. And the gift that I finally realized was that I am so spiritually connected. I questioned myself if I was. Even if my family is very spiritual, meaning that they would call like the shaman for like if they have spiritual ceremonies that they would like to do, but to talk about it they don't, and to encourage that spiritual gift, they do not do that. They do the opposite. There's a lot of fear in them, and it's understandable because there's so many different types of energies that can pull on you, use you as a resource. And so it's understandable that parents would have this fear of like, if is my child really connected with good energies or not? Do they really have spiritual guides or not? And what's so ironic about this conversation is that what everybody did not, I think that the world is waking up, but there is still a lot of people that are ignoring their spiritual side. And we are all born here with beautiful spirit team. Not all of us are here to do spiritual work, but we are all guided and we all have a spiritual team. And that's something that it would be nice for all of us to recognize, but I understand why it isn't, because it wasn't something that was done for generations. Like, somebody who's very, very close to me that passed away when I was in college is my grandpa. And my grandpa was a shaman. And when I was a little girl, when I would look at, I would just stare at him. I was a very observant kid. I still am now, but very, very curious and observant. And I would observe my grandpa, and I'm pretty sure he's aware that I'm observing him too. I would just peek out at him and then just look over me if I felt like he can sense my presence. And he was just the most interesting energy that I know, and I just felt so connected, not knowing why I felt so connected. But when he passed away, it was like really, really hard for me to take. And I had to go through a journey of learning how to be okay with a loved one passing on, just anyone passing on. And not knowing that I was so spiritually connected, and I was so aware of my surrounding and people. It wasn't until just a couple of days ago that I realized that, why am I still contemplating if I am actually spiritually connected or not? When everything that I've done, it hits me right here in my heart. I'm like, after all the videos that I create and I send out to the world, all of you guys, I rewatch all of them, and when I watch them, I'm like so touched. I'm like, did I really create that? Because I'm so tuned in that I don't really, it's almost as like if I'm out of my body and I'm just talking to you guys from my higher self. And when I rewatch it, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so good, and I can relate to it 100%. That is the reason why I truly, whenever I express, we are one, we are a mirror of each other, that is the reason why. Because everything I'm sharing with you guys, it is guided messages from my guys, from the collective. And it's not only for you guys, it's for me too. And that is just such a beautiful gift for you guys and me. And so, if you guys are feeling a lot of different types of energy, like an animal who's attracted to you or not attracted to you, like, oh, okay, I'm gonna mind my own business, or family members that are sending you really mixed messages, that's always a sign. Because anybody who sends you mixed messages, it means that there's something up their sleeve, okay? And so it's like, stay alert and keep your distance, truly. Because everybody does deserve beautiful people in their life, but if you wish to have beautiful people in your life, do the work, do the healing work, so beautiful people will stay in your life and will actually want to be in your life as well. That is really important, because think about this. If you weren't a healthy person, and the thing is that once upon a time, we were once a unhealthy person. Think back to that person, that old person of you. Would you have wanted to be friends with them? Would you have wanted to communicate with them? You just have to be really, really raw and honest with yourself. Would you be somebody that you would actually want in your life? That's important. And that's a question you must ask yourself. And if you say no, then start understanding why. And start making healthy changes to your life. Remember, everything is in your control. There's nothing that is not in your control. The only thing that isn't in your control is other people, okay? Other energies. But you have control over your life, your energy, what you allowed in your life. So trust what you're feeling. Don't ignore it. You are so connected. And yes, it makes sense to constantly investigate and try to find evidence if you are or are not. But because you are doing that, that's how you know that you are. But it's just that maybe your environment doesn't help support you in that kind of way, so it really makes you question yourself if you are. And it's okay. I can relate. You got this. Eventually, if this video reaches you and you still need more confirmation, that's okay. Your guides will provide you that confirmation that you need. Trust me, my guides did that for me also. And even with the multiple experience that I've had, I still need confirmation. And it wasn't until recently that I was like, my son, please, like, you are connected. Just like shaking myself, saying that, come on, get on board. Those masterpieces that you created with beautiful souls that have passed on, they've accepted those beautiful gifts. And truly, all of their energies are so different and so beautiful. And I learned so much from each of them. And like what I realized is that I can connect with the living and also the ones that have passed away. And what a gift that is. Like, it's kind of crazy when I think about it. But it makes sense because when I was a little girl, I was doing that already. It's just that my guys knew that my parents, if I talked to them, they would not have handled it very well. And it makes sense because when I became an adult and I had those talks with them, they didn't handle it really well. But the thing is that when I have already accepted it and I had a talk with them, I didn't care what they thought anymore, because I knew deep down that this is real. And that was the beautiful gift that I didn't actually share it. And I actually listened to my guys, because my guys was like, your parents can't handle it. That's what they told me when I was a little girl. No, don't. They're gonna think you're crazy. They can't handle it. They can't handle it. That's what my guys told me as a kid. And so I didn't tell anyone until I was actually done with college. Okay, you guys. And so it's understandable if this is something that you haven't shared with anybody yet. Don't worry. The only person that needs to believe it, it's you. And your guides will continue to help you on your journey, to guide you on your journey on what's next. Just keep moving forward, keep doing things that aligns with you, aligns with your heart, and does not betray you. That's all that matters. And eventually you will strengthen and understand that you have always been connected. When you know what is for your highest and greatest good, that's how you know that you're connected. Like, for example, when you know that this individual that you're interacting with isn't a good person, that's it. You're connected. That's something that you believe it. Even if you don't have any solid proof, you don't need the solid proofs. And I'm pretty sure that once upon a time in the past, you've had those messages that come in saying, oh, this person's not healthy, and you went along with it, and you realize, oh, they're really not that good of a person. Use that as an example then to confirm that what you're feeling about this new person it's real, and for you not to be near them. And it's the same thing as, that's how you know when somebody has a beautiful energy, because you can feel it. Your nervous system, it's not flaring. You feel at peace. You feel so calm, and you just feel like so free. And free to express yourself, free to be quiet and not even have to speak or say anything. It's just that both of you guys are just sharing the same air energy, and it feels so good. That's how you know if somebody's a beautiful energy. When you don't feel nervous around them. When you're feeling nervous, yeah, that's something it's like a red flag. So trust yourself, baby. I called you guys baby. I've been calling you guys so many names, and I think that it's because it truly just aligns with me, and I just say it naturally. So I hope it doesn't offend anybody when I call you guys baby, love, beautiful. I absolutely do love and cherish every one of you guys, and I want to just wish, oh my gosh, I just want to say happy anniversary. Thank you for all the beautiful support. Today is my 7th month anniversary with everyone. Thank you so much for all the love, all the beautiful energies, all the beautiful supports. And okay, so I am going to be doing a thank you gift for you. I'm going to be selecting 11 people, okay, that have subscribed to my channel. And I'm going to be sending you guys a beautiful crochet rose that you can absolutely hold in your hand. And it is just beautiful energy that to say thank you so much for continuing to bravely love and keep that beautiful heart open. And so if you would love to receive one of these roses, send me your email and I will pick the first 11, okay? The first 11 that email me their email. And if you get selected, I will contact you back to send me an address that can send the flour too. And these are going to be going out each month because they do take time. So I'm going to be selecting 11 people, and somebody's going to receive a rose each month. Thank you so much for all the love, all the support, and continue to keep putting yourself first, loving yourself, making yourself proud. I love you all so much, and I will talk to you all soon.